I would like to invite E.T. Mohammed Bashir, who is also a member of parliament, who serves as the member of parliament from Kerala. And please, Mr. Bashir, please join us.
Yeah, welcome you, sir.
Yes. Thank you, my dear friends. At your very outset, I congratulate this Dalit Bahujan movement for Anibab. It's a good move. We are happy to join with your feelings. My learned friends, explain how deplorable is the matters pertaining to Hanibabu as well as other oppressed people in the country. This Hanibabu's case is really an eye opener to everybody, because people of my former speakers, they were explaining how bad is the situation prevailing in our country now. In the case of this Hanibabu, we all know that. What sin he committed? Nothing like that. He was not in good book of the ruling party, because he was a strong fighter against discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, and that kind of sections. So he fought for them. It was really a noble task he took, and we all are proud of him. The very motive of this government is to harass and demoralize this kind of youths, number one. Number two, that is what is that? There are talented youths coming up. This government is really have an agenda to spoil their future. Hanibabu is one of the classical examples. If you analyze various steps taken by this government, you will be convinced without any doubt that this ill motive is behind this kind of activities. Otherwise, he is okay. He has not done anything wrong in this. They may say sedition charges or Maoist link. These are all the same thing they are saying in other cases also. If they want to spoil a man, they will brand him as terrorist, pro this Nixon, or they may call him in some other ways. So in that way, branding different names, they are spoiling the future of this budding generation. And that is what happened in many other cases also. I don't want to go into the details. But if the affected parties, aggrieved parties, keep silence on this harassment will continue. What is the remedy? Remedy is only one thing. We have to fight together. This downtrodden section of the society, that is, the OBC or marginalized section, should unitedly fight against this kind of thing. Now, what is happening? It is quite unfortunate for a country like ours. National Security Act is imposed on innocent people. This case I told you, Babu's case is different. NSA, sedition charges, and what is called creating provocation, all this kind of things. Not only to small persons. You know the very, I will tell you a classical example. My Delhi Minority Commission Chairman, Saiful Islam Khan, against him, this kind of charges were levied. We know that there are many things like that. What is happening now? Against the agitation on CAA, NRC, and that kind of things. Now victimization is going on against students using UAPA. They are recklessly using UAPA to the students at the marginalized section of the people. I read in the news recently that more than 60% of the under-trial prisoners on this kind of charges are from Dalit and minority being, because they want their voice to be stopped, and it is to be, they want muzzling the press also who is supporting this kind of movements. It is very sorry to say that our country was famous for its integrity, communal harmony, and the secular democracy and all kind of things. The very fame of this country is diminishing like anything in this kind of things. Brothers, I would like to tell you, as far as I am concerned, my party is concerned, we belong to IUM party. My learned friend, Rajya Sabha member also is here. We are having 4 members, 4 members, 3 members in the Lok Sabha and 1 member in the Rajya Sabha. We are having 4 members. I would like to tell you can verify the entire reports of the parliamentary proceedings. Whatever CAA issue and what is called Kafir camp issue, Sanjay Bhatt, similarly our Rohit Vemila's issue, and all kind of this issue, Najib of JNU, all this kind of things. We were there in the parliament, vehemently opposed this kind of injustice against the people. And all the items you can see, it is available in the net, in the YouTube, you can see it. We have opposed this, we have fought tooth and nail against this kind of things. What is happening? One thing I would like to tell you, recently, 2 judgments. I especially noticed that. One judgment is from Allahabad High Court with respect to Kafir Khan. That judgment, they have sharply criticized the wrongdoings of the government, and they even said that this kind of thing should be made an end to that. Another judgment by Aurangabad bench of Mumbai High Court with regard to Tabligh Jamaat people. In that judgment, they said it is a cruel kind of things. Judges, they told, they were making this Tabligh people as scapegoats in that. This two judgments, that also is really a matter to be discussed in detail. That's what is called a pointer to the ill-doings in our country. So what I am saying is, we all should oppose this because this country is moving in a wrong direction. There are many things to say, but concerning the time frame and everything, I don't want to elaborate much on this. So what I am saying is, we have to think loudly on this. We must have periodical kind of discussion like this and have new exchanges of views. Not only that, but the issues come, we have to stand up jointly. I will tell you one more thing. Now the fight is against what? Reservation kind of things. When this bill came for economical criteria for this thing, reservation, I'm sorry to tell you that people without understanding the far-reaching consequences of that, they agreed to that. Brothers, I'm proud to tell you, we voted against it because we had a deep feeling that economic criteria should not be mixed with the reservation, reservation is really a compensatory kind of step, not a poverty eradication program. It's a kind of compensatory type of thing for the justice denied to the OBC and SC/ST and this kind of people. So when this came in the parliament, it is quite unfortunate that some people supported this government's move. But I'm not saying something great about our party, but we fought against it. We voted against it. So like that, what I'm saying is, when this kind of thing take place, we should not go to our own islands. We should not be different opinion may be there in all this kind of thing. In this new era of democracy, there may be different school of thoughts. That also I understand. But when this kind of injustice comes, we must work as one body and one soul like that. In this case, your initiative is really remarkable. I once again congratulate you for this bold initiative. I underline, it's a bold initiative. In this negative era, when the people come forward with this kind of slogan, it is to be appreciated very much. With this few words, I once again express my solidarity, not only my solidarity, the solidarity of Indian Union University, which is having 4 members in the Rajya Sabha plus 3 in the Lok Sabha and 1 in the Rajya Sabha. With 4 members in the, and that we also, similarly, you all know that in Kerala we are having very strong mass basis. Using all this kind of things, we will support you for this great cause. With this view, I can go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bashir sir, and thank you for extending the support from IUML. And we hope that you will also raise this issue in the Parliament in the coming session. Thanks a lot. And also thank you for mentioning that it's a bold initiative. Yes, we need a space. We need spaces like this to question the power. We need spaces like this to question hierarchies and also to dismantle hierarchies. And that's what Hani did. And he did that democratically. And we need to develop critical outlook. And that is what he was developing for his students, along with his students too. Thank you for joining.